Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. How dare you take my favourite person? They're mine. How dare you? Happens a lot, right? Because favourite people don't belong to us. And things happen that take them away from us, one way or another, and this comes in many forms, doesn't it? They find new people to be with. They have other people already to be with. Anything that takes them away from us makes them less available to us because, of course, we want them available to us 24/7, right? They should be wanting to spend time with us, missing us, dying to see us again because that's how we feel, right? And anything that contradicts that hurts. Makes us angry, makes us feel abandoned, makes us feel like they don't care. Which, to a certain extent, is kind of true because they certainly don't care as much as we do because we care an abnormal amount. And so it's easy to get caught up and angry and hurt and to split on somebody because they're abandoning us, right? This actually comes in two forms, right? I think when our favorite person spends time with other people, there are two directions that anger and frustration can go. It can go towards the other people, but it can also go towards your favorite person because they're betraying you, right? They're letting you down. They're abandoning you. It is another abandonment. It's saying, I don't want to spend this time with you. I'd rather spend this time with these other people. You need to go and find other people to spend time with because you can't spend as much time here as you want to. And that, it does hit like a betrayal, like an abandonment. And that's the thing we fear so much, right? That fear of abandonment. It's on the list. It's a thing. And when this happens, when our favorite person abandons us for other people, for other activity, for anything, what do you do with that? It can bring your world just cascading down, can't it? Because there you've got the unavoidable proof in front of you that your favorite person doesn't feel the way about you that you feel about them. It's right there in front of you. There is nothing you can do to look away from it. And all you want to do is be with your favorite person. It's horrible, isn't it? It's a really horrible feeling. And it's as it drags on and you start realizing that you are in some way dependent on somebody else. That's the bit that upsets me the most, right? I have a favorite person that I want to spend more time with than is reasonable. I'm aware of that, right? And so I take steps to increasingly separate myself from that person for their own good and for my own good. But it hurts, it's painful, and it brings with it a lot of anxiety and, like I say, those feelings of abandonment and betrayal, which it's not. That person is entitled to live their life. every bit as much as I am, and they shouldn't be shackled down by this favorite person scenario that my knackered brain has concocted. So what do I do with that? Well, I try and do other things, right? Anything else. Last night was really good. I had my first band rehearsal. Actually, my first band rehearsal in like 20 years, which was amazing. And it's stuff like that. Moving on, getting on with your life. Having a life outside of your favorite person. But it doesn't happen overnight. And it feels like it's taking a lot of time for me. And I think a lot of that is a sentimental desire to not let things go for me. That, your mileage may vary on that one. I'm not saying that's what is the crux of all favorite person relationships, not by any means. And I think that in actual fact, what I'm going through now, and I don't know if other people will be going through this, but it feels like a fairly unique situation in terms of my life, not in terms necessarily of it only happening to me. I feel like it's something that could only have happened now, because I think when I was going through a period of what should have been increased separation from my favorite person, a lockdown happened, and I was back together with my favorite person 24/7 and was able to maintain that attachment despite the ending of a relationship. It's I think for me has drawn it out longer and been a big factor in the fact that this is still going on. But what got me into what I was saying, this whole thing was a digression. What I was actually talking about was the part of it that makes me angry at myself. The bit that makes me frustrated with myself. And I think this is one of those times when the MPD gets angry at the BPD. The problem being that the BPD side of me wants this favorite person protection, the favorite person's safety net, this person who I believed for some reason would always be there. Silly me. And now I feel like I'm at a point where I feel angry at myself for wanting that, for needing that, and for believing it was ever real. And forever feeling that safety and security of that. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it wasn't real. And it's very frustrating. It makes you angry at yourself, right? Because now I'm like, you don't need somebody. You fell for it, right? More for you, right? So now you need to just protect yourself a lot more. I personally have a lot of issues surrounding abandonment and things that also cross over into the MPD area, right? Lots of issues of abandonment surrounding work things even. And it's of late crept into personal life issues as well. And it's made me much more, not untrusting of people, but more accepting of the state of the world and people in it. And more aware of the fact that I have to be responsible for myself. I need to be prepared to just be me, to see the world in terms of me, not it can be okay if that fits into a world of an us. But what I've realized is people keep moving, right? And it seems to be me that wants to settle down. It seems to be me that doesn't like change. But people seem to like change, to keep moving. And I always saw, especially in relationships, I saw a successful thing as something you managed to do forever. Those things that last a lifetime, those things that are extra special. But I learn now that people just see those successes in relationships as ones that just go on for a little bit. And to the rest of the world, it doesn't matter how those things come to an end. They still see those as a success. And I just need to, I'm learning to adjust to this new way of thinking. Don't settle, don't be, comfortable, because the rug could be pulled from under you at any given moment. Sure, everything's fine today, but who knows, right? So when somebody takes your favorite person, whether it's a third party or just your favorite person, I think you need to use it as an opportunity to invest in yourself, to make yourself stronger. And it hurts, and it's hard, and it's sad. And it comes with anxiety and panic and the unknown and some abandonment and some anger and frustration. But this is why we call it work. This is why it's hard. This is why it's difficult. Because it means readjusting to a lot of things. And adjusting to how you see the world differently. It's like entering a new reality. It's a very odd feeling. Okay. Maybe I touched on a few things for you there. I don't know. I'll see you in another video. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.